Yep, we have made it live. One day I'll figure a way to, be able to immediately go live without having to manually change the live settings. But 1 year later, I still can't figure this out. So hello and welcome everyone to the No Man's Sky Wonders Show in VR. I am your host, Miha, a new Saturday. And for the people in Europe, good evening. For the people in US, good morning. So today, new week in the No Man's Sky Wonders Show, where we go travel this fabulous game in virtual reality. No Man's Sky go through new exploration, new builds, new bases, new tours. And every week, we bring a new guest from around the No Man's Sky community. And this week we have one of the most popular guests, one of the most decorated builders in the No Man's Sky community. We had magazines written about him. We had, people take pictures of his bases and die from the beauty. I have been dying to see this stuff. I am so happy I have waited and waited and waited. I have never came here before in VR. And today we plan 4 of these bases, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we may can even do more depending on how, interesting you guys find us. So, today we'll have the legendary builder who created some of the most fabulous arts in the game. And we will have him telling us his journey through Man's Sky, if we can convince him to talk about his journey, his stories about the builds, and also his No Man's Sky overall experiences. So we welcome with our co-hosts Max from the Chimera Corp and Kim, not here yet, but may come from the Catinian Empire. We welcome you to the show, Voldrang. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Yay, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. And Max, how was your weekend?
It's going well so far.
Yes,
I can't complain about the view of this first builds as we get going here. This is I remember seeing photos, and to actually see it firsthand is wow, something else. So yeah, super excited to see what he's got going on.
Yep,
I am. Delta One join us and had too.
I am super excited myself. I missed you guys last week. Kim, how you have been doing? Recovering, feeling better?
Yeah, hanging in there. Been sick on and off for a few weeks now. It's driving me crazy, but hopefully it's going to be under control soon.
Wow, look at the beauty here. So I see Head joined us in the chat. Hey Head, and the Delta creator. Thank you guys for dropping by. I really apologize. Last week I was under extreme immense of pressure. I was so exhausted and I had an exam, so I had to post last week. But I promise you guys we're gonna be back, and we're gonna be back really strong. So something strange about this ship. I don't even know. Is this a new ship? What is this ship?
That's the Starboard Runner.
Yeah, it's new.
This is a new one.
It's from the thing you haven't finished. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm in the last checkpoint. But look at this, how it looks in VR. Wow.
I love the hover effect. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Look at this.
Sure.
Wow. Lovely. Okay. Oh. So the Lady Fire Rock have spawned in front of my eyes, and look at the beauty. So Voldrang, how was your weekend so far? I hope you are excited. Wow. So
I'm
go ahead.
I think you're gonna find I'm a very low-key person. I'm excited to a certain extent.
Low key is good. We've had low key before.
Wow, look at
Delta One says, "Holy crap! How the hell did you build the face?"
the eyes effect.
Just try explaining there, Voldrang.
I didn't have time to
That
screw
was a
around
quick.
with the showers in here because since I put my hands around here, correct, my legs and my feet. Once I stumbled in here, there is this unique art style. Look, even under the water, I can see the eyes looking to me. So, Voldrang, why you don't just tell us a little bit about yourself and about when you how long you've been playing No Man's Sky until I can just try to fill my eyes from this beauty, and then we are going to talk about this wonderful build.
Well, I'm a wandering space hermit, and my credo is "Let's remain strangers." Um, I'm a fairly solitary No Man's Sky player, and that's probably true of most of my gaming. I'm a very casual gamer. Um, I spent many hundreds of hours building bases in game, but I got really frustrated with the very limited build menu in the game, and I was running a mission. It was a weekend mission. Right after I started playing, and I started playing probably February of 2020. So COVID had just started to be a thing, and the lockdowns didn't start till around May, if I remember correctly. But No Man's Sky was what got me through COVID. At least it helped me maintain my sanity. Instead of stewing in existential dread, I was playing No Man's Sky. And,
Yeah, a lot of us were. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on a weekend mission, and I just stumbled upon this base, and I couldn't figure out how they were able to build it so fast because the mission had only started maybe a couple of hours beforehand. And of course the weekend mission is open to multiple players. I think in each instance it's limited to something like 16 players, but at any rate, I came across this base that just astounded me, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me how did they get that thing up so fast, and with all the detail and all, just some of the features were incredible. And so I set about finding out just how they had managed to put that together. And what it did for me is create a sense of awe and wonder. And so ever since then, that's one of the things I think I always shoot for with each one of my builds, is to create for the visitor a sense of wonder. And this is probably the culmination of my efforts, this base here. I think it was completed in June of 2023, but it took me about 2 years worth of effort off and on. And of course, I spent most of my time concentrating on the face, which was kind of a miracle for me. And honestly, I've forgotten how I achieved some of the things I did because there was that much effort.
No doubt.
Cool.
But there's no secret that what I use is the No Man's Sky Base Builder add-on for Blender. I discovered that, yes, there are some in-game mods that make building a little easier. And early on, there was a mod that I test drove, and I've forgotten the name of it. I believe the creator is Exo Solar, but it's a base mod that allows you to scale things beyond the game limits. But I'm a little bit disenchanted with mods in general, and at some point I made the decision to just run the game mod free. So I'm not running any mods, but I am using the No Man's Sky Base Builder for Blender. And what I discovered is that that's what the cool kids were using, and it seemed to achieve the best results. I tried glitch building, but I could never quite get the hang of it. And my hat is off to anybody who can glitch build. And I've seen some incredible builds using that method. And so I applaud anybody who's doing that. It's just not for me.
Well, yeah, both of them are hard.
Well, both communities appreciate nice looking things, and there's always that debate rolling between like, oh, like this and that, and if it looks good and you spent time doing it, I like it.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't spend a lot of time on it, I'm probably gonna like it anyway, because I remember, we were all that person building that cube, not knowing what the hell was going on at some point. So it's like, if you don't appreciate that, then you can't, I don't know, you can't really call yourself a builder. You always gotta like everything, even if it's not like at the level that you're at. But yeah, I can see like, man, so you said this took you 2 years to build? Like, wow.
Well, it
really
was
on and off, like
I
between
didn't
all like
measure.
developments and
I didn't measure the amount of time it took, but it took probably hundreds of hours. Just
because I'm starting to see the parts like the frozen planters for the face, like with the stones just meshed perfectly into like themes and the flags for the eyelashes, and I'm curious the eyeballs themselves, because I can see that's like a sphere of something, because I can see like segments of it. What is that?
That's
is that a sphere generator? Maybe
that's just a sphere with a sphere generator superimposed over it.
Okay.
So cool.
Very nice.
See, one thing that Blender allows is object collision. It's much more permissive than what you find in the game, and so you can achieve certain effects by juxtaposing two objects like that. That was how I was able to do the eyelashes with the flags.
I love that part. I went
the
up
flags have a horrific
in there in the game and just took all kind of pictures up in there. It was so neat.
So guys, okay, let's just first welcome Apaya and Star Wizard. You guys, thank you for stopping by. So the feeling of awe and wonder is how do you say, is a understatement of the century, correct? So I have seen huge amount of stuff in No Man's Sky. I've also seen dozens of stuff in other VR games, but you rarely seen art outside of the museum that makes you feel that the art is alive, correct? Like there is messages everywhere, correct? From the mouse to the eye to the eyelashes to the nose to this, even the hair,
the tear,
the tear, the thing that she's wearing. I don't know what you call this, Kim. Correct.
Fishes.
Yeah. I unfortunately have no daughters, so
shattered pillars. Surrounding for the headdress, and hanging there's one that's I think a pistule from the Desolation, I think, and this is I can never remember the name of that purple glob, but it is a fabulous part, and you can shove more lights into it, and it just becomes illuminated and more delicious. It's like a plum that got like a orb of like molten copper injected in it if you like stick the lamp in it. But yeah, like the profile shot of this is just delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see
and did
also...
you curve this rock, or did you pick this very nice triangular rock to build onto? Because I'm looking around for...
Let me just tell you about the history of this base. The first iteration, this base was called Now What? And there was a platform up on the flat rock above us, and that's where the base was. But what I did is I blocked out the face using nothing but cylinders. And for a while that was a base, and I think the post still exists on the original post with the original screen caps exists somewhere on Reddit. If you were to go to my Voldrang profile on Reddit, there's somewhere there's a link to it. At any rate, I blocked this out first, the face, with cylinders on this very same rock. And then at some point, I decided to take that base down and try something more ambitious. And this was the result. And I worked on the face in pieces. The nose was worked on separate from everything else. The eyes, both eyes were also worked on separately. One thing that Blender does facilitate is object grouping. So you can make an object a parent object and then have children of that parent. And that makes a lot of things a lot easier. Another thing that Blender supports is object mirroring. So for the face itself, what I did is I just worked on one side of the face and then I mirrored it. But I had to be careful because the placement of the rocks has to be just so, because it's a very irregular shape. And I had to turn these rocks so that the flattest portion of the rock was the one exposed to view. And so another thing that Blender supports is multiple object selection, and then you can rotate along any axis, and they're different selection tools. And if I select a group of rocks, I can choose the axis orientation. So there's a setting for choosing the local axis of each rock. And so if I rotate the active object 30 degrees, all of them rotate 30 degrees along the same axis. And so it's a lot easier to get regular shapes if you can control multiple objects along the same axis at the same time. And so there are a lot of tricks that you can do in Blender that you simply can't do in the game.
Yeah.
And that made it easier. However, most of these objects were placed by hand.
Yeah, you still have
it was
to
just
invent the whole thing.
There's a lot of futzing around with individual rocks. I mean, originally there were a great many more frozen planners that I used for this, and I went through and I probably deleted 800. I think the face itself, all told, accounts for about 1,347 frozen planners.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's just like seeing how much was just in like the cheek and the eyelid alone. I'm like, yep, that's good math right there.
Star Wizard is saying such a great build in the chat. So I forgot also to mention the diamond here on the top. So question, correct? Oh, how did I fall here in the water? Voldrang, correct? So you can tell us with yes or no, correct? But when you're creating this, correct? Because there is a lot of details that I still want to ask about the eye and how natural and really impressive this looks like. But were you thinking about specific face in real life when you were creating this, or just random?
Yeah, was there like a source art or a source like
an inspirational source?
I was not thinking about any face in particular. I did. I had a mesh face that I was using as a guide. There aren't a lot of easy ways, at least that I know of. I'm a complete noob when it comes to using Blender. I'm self-taught. When I first started using Blender, I mean, I had been playing the game almost 6 months, and I knew it was going to be a deep dive and a very steep learning curve. And I spent probably 1,500 hours figuring out how to use Blender to build bases before I built anything noteworthy. And this base is probably the culmination of over 2,000 hours worth of effort in Blender, and that's across many different bases. But sometimes you can fit objects to a mesh, but it has to be a very simple mesh, because you have a part limit in No Man's Sky, and so you try and build objects with the least amount of objects possible. Building parts, and this one, like I said, it was put together piecemeal, but it came together pretty well.
Have you ever attempted to do a full account build, like a 16K mega build? Because you could, just as long as people joined your lobby. It'd be like more for like videos and like showcasing, but that's the only thing. That's because APG and a few other mega builders have done the same, because you kind of have to still, but you have to join them to see it, right? That's the only thing. It can't be like a tourist thing, but you should.
Yeah, that's
you should
one of those things that I would consider for maybe 2 seconds, and then just say, nah. That's just too much effort.
Well, smaller project, you get more bang for your buck, right? Especially from seeing from your catalog, from a banana to that that little bird creature you did for Rich Schmidt's Steampunk Planet with the smirk on it. I think was what sold it. Like as soon as I saw the screenshot of it, I was like, yes, that thing is great. But yeah,
Let me just
get
say
more bang
two
for your
things.
buck.
And that is, it's no fun playing tennis without a net. So I like that there's a 3,000 part limit.
Okay.
Even that limit is going to overload some people's gaming systems.
That's true.
And
That's
so
a good fair point.
Yeah, I try and shoot for somewhere around 2,000. There's a lot I can do with 2,000 pieces. My most ambitious builds invariably they clock in at about 2,500, somewhere around there. Sometimes I go over that, but I try and keep it well within the limit, and that way I don't have to babysit it. I don't have to invite people to my game. Anybody can just go and enjoy it.
That's the key. Yeah, and then just being able to share glyphs and have people visit your base, and even if they show up, like if anybody shows up and takes a screenshot and shares it, like, geez, that's like, all it takes is like seeing that one person do it, and it's just like, wow, I did it, yay! Or like someone actually visited something I built. Oh my god! Right? It's like,
I know. I wish we had some way
this
to
happens once.
interact with like some kind of guest book or something we could set up where
Yes.
people could like click in that they've been there.
Well, another mention.
Well, there is a de
He's
facto.
like been tweeting that for years now. I think he's undesked that every day for a year just to see if they would do anything about it. But anyway, we'll see.
This rack,
There is a de
this rack
facto.
have just joined, guys,
boy.
and we need to thank him. He really helped getting this interview in place. Delta creator is saying beautiful, and everyone is like really overwhelmed with the beauty. So the interesting thing here is, and I'm gonna come back to this point. Sorry I interrupted you guys, but this space, even so it's beautiful, it's still showing like give a little bit of evil, correct? A little bit of evil sauce in the same minute, correct? Like sad, evil, beautiful, all
Maybe
different
just
kind of
power.
emotions. Yeah. So how this how this whole process of creation, correct? Like you just created the face and then decided to add the horns, or how is it just walk us through a little bit about this journey to build this, if you have some details.
Well, with most of my builds, well, let me back up. About half of my builds are almost spur of the moment flashes of inspiration. Oh, I want to try this. There are some that are more planned and calculated. This one was a bit of both. This one had a lot of planning involved, and there was some calculation involved, but it sort of grew organically. I tried a lot of different things. A lot of this was experimentation, and some of it was happy accidents. Um,
I love
you
those.
asked me why I put the horns on it. I don't know. What I envisioned was some sort of shrine, and somewhere in the back of my mind was the goddess Kali, goddess of death.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's something of that in the DNA of this build.
Very, very interesting, very unique. Yes, this also gives all the vibes for this very popular, goddess, especially in Latin America. There is a little bit of that in here, but the mission max of the emotions is extremely impressive. I really like how natural, the eye is here. You see this in the end of the eye, when like in here, correct? Let me see if I can't get my multi-tool for some reason, but it should be around here, correct? Like between when the eye very close to touch the end, close to the nose, there is a small different color. Yes, thank you, Max. Little bit of very
That's a
natural, like
nose
very
stud.
close, correct? Did you see the shots that Max is shooting there? There is different actually color variation, so it's very natural, very similar to natural eyes that you can see in real life. Let me see if I can go and touch that, but my multi-tool
Oh,
is
sorry, I was
stuck.
muted. Well, yeah, lighting is half the battle. It's trying to get the parts. Like you could place like thousands of parts, and then you look back, and if you can't see anything, it's like, ugh, it'd just be one
Yeah.
giant
Ruins
thing
the
of
whole thing.
beige. Sad beige bases for sad beige
Yeah.
children, volume 1.
Here, you see here,
I said
there is this
tons of
different
parts, all right?
separation following the actual, real eye structure, because in natural eyes you have this one, then there is this place. I'm not sure if this was like a real accident or you actually blend this. You see the colors are different
So when
in
you
here.
mirrored the face, I noticed
Yeah.
that you added some extra details, of course, and with the chlorine crystal in the center for the glowing part is that's a good choice. I always wanted to utilize that in a base, other than but it just grows naturally, and well, now with the Wonders, you can, right? So that's with the addition of that part, it made that possible. But yeah, that's all. It's a very good choice of part for as opposed to like a light floor or something that's like conventional. It's thinking outside the box.
Oh,
So, Miha, you mentioned Latin American influence, and I've never publicly stated anything, I don't think, about this base. But yes, there's the obvious Indian influence, but somewhere I was thinking along the lines of Mayan or Aztec as well.
That's
And
what I was
this
leaning
may
towards. Sort of,
this may or may not be relevant, but I spent 5 years in Mexico when I was growing up.
Oh, hungry. Okay.
nice.
yeah. I mean, it's let me just. I see.
It's a beautiful place.
Nunya dropped by. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Delta One is here. Delta One is saying the skin is incredible. There is Blender building, and there is this. No, I'm not sure. Delta One, correct? If you have been here from the start. So Voldrang, only started playing in 2020. In 4, 5, 6 months, he started doing these bases and with by himself. And yeah, I think the skin is also there's a lot of details on the skin. We need to talk a little bit about this, but what I was trying to say is you travel to places in real life, you watch these movies, and when you go to the long ancient civilizations and stuff like this, I have a vibes here from these very popular movies, correct? When you go and be explore a little bit of treasure hunting, finding ancient civilization. So you can, unless I move to this area, I don't feel I'm in No Man's Sky at all. I'm in a completely different game. So it's very fascinating, to be honest. But yeah, the details on the skin, guys. You see the details on the skin here. Wow.
Let me just say, I'm a Gen Xer, and everything I
Yay!
do gets filtered through my own experience, and that included a lot of comic books, and television, and movies, and a lot of Mad Magazine. That was a heavy influence early in my
Nice.
life. I had friends whose older brothers had subscriptions to Mad Magazine, and they had Alfred E. Newman posters on their walls, and 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 that probably accounts for my twisted sense of humor, because some of my bases I've injected a little humor. This isn't one of them, though.
The next
Yeah.
one is.
I'm so looking for this, and I know you mentioned about keep strangers and all this interesting stuff. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Mexico, man? What were you doing in Mexico, if
Well,
you
that's
can?
a long story, and I'm not going to bore you with any details. But when I was in grade school, I spent about 5 years down there, and I went to school down there, and it was a bilingual environment. But I spent most of my time fully immersed, speaking Spanish. So I am bilingual, and in at least one of my jobs, that was part of my job function to be bilingual. Um, I don't find much occasion anymore to use Spanish, but it's certainly in my blood.
Nice.
Interesting. That's cool.
Spanish, man. I can barely speak
Something you
English.
just can't really unlearn things we learn as kids. So the more languages we change, so it's just it's sometimes
I know. I wish I
it all
could
works out,
exposed to
right?
several when I was a kid because it makes it a
Sometimes,
little
yeah.
easier. But
See, the different
I love
current
this
effects
little boat.
around here is
Look at
so
this little
cool.
boat. You got a little teeny
Uh,
boat over here. I'm just noticing. Nice. Yeah, come sit in
and
the
you
boat.
can sit in it. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. I redact that.
Another
Yeah, come look at me sit in the boat.
Where are you?
another thing you should know, and this is perhaps more relevant and more pertinent to what I'm doing in No Man's Sky, and that is at one point I was pursuing a BFA in painting.
Oh,
I did
Nice.
not end up getting that degree. I did get a liberal arts degree, but it wasn't in painting. But professionally, what I've done most of my life is graphic design. So
ah,
I'm not without some art and design chops. And as I'm fond of saying with any of these builds, I don't,
Mm,
the music isn't in the piano. Okay. I use Blender. That's my piano. But the music is in me. And so
yeah,
if any of these things, if anything artful comes across, then I feel I've been successful. If I've instilled a sense of wonder, I've been successful. And really, that's the only reason I do any of these things. For me, it's a creative outlet. Um,
hmm
I could care less. Actually, I really couldn't care less about, um, you know, how much interest any of this generates, other than, did it somehow make somebody's playing experience better?
it definitely did make my playing experience and my afternoon and my night much more better. I mean, I can tell you, correct? We have been here, oh my God, 30 minutes, and I can still grasp the beauty of this creation. And I really like this boat, correct? I mean, Max, you jumped out, correct? But this was cool, correct? I was gonna ask you where you want to
just
go, man,
doing
correct? We
some
can actually
fishing.
do a little bit of this.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
tasting the wildlife. I see
Hey, you know
some
what? I'm in the
Yeah.
boat too, but you
plump
can't
boys
see
over
me.
here.
I can't see y'all either.
Oh, you are here?
Oh, you in a pocket
Yeah.
entrance? No.
No, oh, no,
Yeah.
no,
So
no,
anyway, I've
no.
been here a while.
Oh my God, we can't. I think it's a different instance for some reason. It's bad luck, but
Yeah.
we are gonna reload to another save anyway soon, correct? But
Okay.
I can definitely confirm that, ima- you know, that I'm still trying to mix all these different kind of emotions because there is definitely the vibe of this, as I mentioned, Indiana Jones movie. There is also one interesting thing. There is, I used when I used in some certain age of my time, I used to read these, I don't know the popular translation in English, but Tantan, as it called Tantan or Tintin, correct?
Adventures of
Yeah, the smart
Classic.
detector, with a dog and stuff.
The little dog. And
Yeah,
the dude
so
with,
they
like,
done
big dude with
also,
a hat. Yeah.
they done one of these big adventures also, I think probably in Mexico or Aztecs, something like that. And
Yeah, they're
I
always doing
definitely
something, like,
getting the
culturally
vibes of
relevant.
this. Yeah, definitely getting the vibes of this. I think my PSVR 2 can't handle the beauty of this
You're
face.
getting an entrance to like an ancient tomb vibe, or like a summoning stone, kind of like, or approach to,
Definitely.
like, the eyes would be closed and then there'd be like a ritual and then the eyes would open and be like,
Yeah.
you can just like see everything like rumbling, or maybe there'd be like mist on the water would just part and the eyes, it's got that vibe to it for sure.
Yeah, definite movie stuff we got going here. Definitely.
Diamond in the rough, but better.
And what are these red spots in here?
Where are you looking?
Here, under the face of the Lady Fire. Is this was
Red
part of the
spots.
train actually? Is this part of the train? Very
This
interesting.
is part of the generated
The
train.
dress. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's referring to the barnacles growing on the rock.
Yes,
Oh.
correct. No one is
Oh,
watching the
yeah.
stream.
I thought you were
Well-
talking about the color there. Yeah, there's definitely barnacles on that water line there.
It's like
That's
I'm
where the
seeing
water
his
used to
whole
be.
face.
Nunez saying we love you too, VR. You can call me Miha for 1 year. I'm telling you, Nunya. Yes. No, so originally I was calling my channel like VR Wonders, and people were telling me hi VR Wonders. But yeah, this is like growing, correct? Like I haven't seen anything like this, correct? Before this was
Oh,
part of the
we'll
build.
get
Though
you
that's
down
normal.
to the Portlands. We'll get you a scraper. And
Yeah.
these great. They're all over boats, at least in like Ontario. They love sticking to stuff.
But that was created, correct? It was not part of the actual train.
Yeah, it's generated, and it's just the shoreline, like rock gen.
Okay, very interesting because it's only in the orange area, so it's very unique itself. And this looks like an altar here.
You can see it down here, like when it goes and touches the water line and wraps around this like stone part down here. It's like all on the
yeah.
shore here.
Yeah, it's actually inside the train. This
If you could put that on stuff like a wallpaper, that'd be good times right there.
That's the interesting thing. I have
location
never
there-
noticed these details before in VR. Maybe they done upgrading the batch. So the interesting thing is, that's why, playing in virtual reality, you actually see details that you never notice on flat screen, correct? Because you're physically moving inside the game like real life. But I really like the ultra idea. Like people can actually come here and put fruits. Sometimes they put, women for the goddess or men. I don't know. Correct.
Indeed, yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
Little
whatever
bit
the,
of a
the
temple
flesh
also.
of the day, whatever the order may be.
Yes.
I want to hear what Voldrang is
Be
going
a,
to
goat,
say.
be a goat, be it.
Yeah. Had is saying
I
5
was-
years
I
in
was just gonna
Mexico. That is a dream. Yeah.
Miha, give Voldrang a chance to talk.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Speak, Voldrang, speak.
No, I was just going to say this location just happened to be serendipitous. There were a lot of features about this location that just added to the build. And so, a lot of that was by accident, but some of it was just me taking advantage of the local features, and that's one of the things that I have to consider every time I do a build is where am I going to locate it? And so, there's considerable thought and effort that goes into finding the ideal location for a specific base.
Definitely.
I think it definitely fit. I think I know for builders, finding the correct location, the correct mode is a big part of the overall experience. A lot of the people, I think, also Kim and Max, you guys have the same thing, correct? Which is you really search and try to find the base or the place or the planet. Sometimes you find the planet and then you get inspired to build, or you have an idea and you just keep searching and looking for a planet, correct?
It's one of the two. It's either you're like, I want to build a castle on a hill, or it's just like, I gotta find a hill for my castle.
Yes.
It's like never
The other times,
location or idea.
Yeah. So
I think
Kim,
I'm getting tired of the lady.
Sorry?
I think we need to move on
Yes,
to
let's,
the next location.
visit new business.
You didn't tell us about the skin, correct? There is. It's like the skin is like it's made out of clay or like handcrafted. You see
Those
how
are,
people create these
frozen planters.
Yeah.
So if you saw the top side of that, it'd be like a little bit of dirt and a little tree.
Voldrang, are you playing on flat screen, or you're not in VR, are you? You're flat screen?
No, I am not. I don't know if I can justify the expense of getting a VR setup, along with I have some reservations. My time, for all the time I've spent building and playing No Man's Sky, my time is somewhat limited, and so I have to be very judicious about what I do, and what I spend money on, things like that. And I just can't justify the VR setup right now. I'm perfectly fine playing on a flat screen. I have a nice big 44-inch high definition monitor that I'm using, and that makes things very nice. I have the game on one screen, and then I have, in case I need anything, I have a second screen that I have other things going on in the background.
So
I spend a lot of time
sorry, go ahead. I'm going to use a shower.
I spend a lot of time when I'm building going back and forth between the game and Blender. And so that's, my workflow is the nature of my workflow is two screens a lot of times.
Okay.
So it's very interesting when you go up, the eyes light, and when you go, down, it become even slightly dark, like really crying. You see here the color shifting under the water, more humanish, a little bit more dark. You go up here and she's like smiling. Here she's like crying. Interesting.
Okay, so Voldrang, if you want to go ahead to the banana build, or whichever one you want to do second, then we will, once you tell us you're there, we'll rejoin you and go there with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, you're there? Okay.
So for the...
No, I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay. Tell us when you're there.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch. Yeah, I need to switch to a different save because
that's fine.
The 4 builds that have been mentioned are spread across 3 different saves.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
So let us know when you are there. Oh, NRA server has dropped in the chat. Let's take a look. So so Had was saying 5 years in Mexico, that was a dream. You want to go there, Head? And Enra server saying, hey, Mihan chat, hey Enra, thank you for stopping by. So yeah, let's go to the next one. But when you speak about VR, I really want to, I think if you have a PC, then you already, let's say, halfway through the setup. You just need maybe get a Quest or something. If you have a good PC, then a quest would be a good thing. But I personally work almost 8 to 10 hours per week. I'm also, married. I have family. I have kids. So also my time is very limited. But since I put the VR headset on, I think first time ever was 2019. It really helped me to, completely disconnect. So I used to be Voldrang. Remember to turn on multiplayer, correct? Because you disabled it, so I can see you. And yes, once you're there,
Excuse me.
and
It's enabled.
okay, and you're in. You're in.
Yep, I'm in.
I can't see you yet. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to see you soon. So maybe.
Oh wait, let me try. Just a minute. I forgot to do
Make sure
one
your
thing.
marker's on too. Yeah.
So what I used to do, I
My
remember
bad.
in 2019, I was just mostly putting on the VR headset after a long day at work, and I just let my ship fly. It was a PSVR 1, I think, Beyond. And before this, I really stopped playing video games altogether because I was just so tired always. I wanted something relaxing. So I kept doing this, and then slowly I got the PSVR 2, and then quests and things like that, and it became a completely different experience. That now I'm actually thinking about selling my home TV, like my personal big TV, and because I didn't for almost 1.5 years, I never played any flat screen game anymore. Now I still can't see you, so maybe. I will. What should I do? I can't see you. I can't see you.
Well, let's see. I went to multiplayer. I'm hosting, and network settings says that multiplayer is enabled.
Okay, let me restart the game then.
Oh, just a minute. Invite only. Friends only. Okay.
Ah.
There we go.
I do that. I'd make that. I do that all the time.
Anyway.
Or
Yeah. There's like
Now
so many
it's
things
open
have
to
to
friends.
change. Okay.
Do I want to? Let me.
If Mihai
let me
can't
get
see
a
you,
little
you
more.
might have to put it on anyone.
Oh my god.
Just for
Yeah.
a minute.
Okay.
I think I still see the
it-
image of the lady inside, the dark images in the PSVR 2. It left an impression in my
Okay.
mind for a
An
while.
impression. It's haunting you now.
Yeah.
Mia, did you watch the most recent season of Love, Death, and Robots? There's one episode specifically where this like deity is like in this lake, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Just kind of has like similar vibes. It's I think it takes place in Cambodia or Thailand. Anyway,
Jabaro is the name of the episode.
oh, see this guy, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. The last season was.
Try to relog Voldrang.
What really impressed me about that is that wasn't motion capture at all.
Oh, it wasn't?
Then what was it? I'm curious.
It was animators who knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it was.
Beautiful thing,
I
isn't
think
it?
they really hit the bar every time on that stuff. Really, some of the studios involved with the whole production was just, yeah, the one like the Afghanistan one where they're chasing them down into the mountain. No spoilers. That one, whew, that was just was unprepared for that too. It was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, really good stuff.
So Voldrang, can you relog? Because I still can't see you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and reload. I've set my network settings to be very permissive, so anyone can join. I'm
I see
hosting
you.
a new
I
session,
don't see anybody else.
and
Yeah.
it's loading the game.
Hopefully, if you log, I
Okay,
can see you.
I'm at the galactic load screen,
Lovely.
and I'm in the base.
Okay. Yep. Here you go. Got you.
Got it? Yay!
Now that Mia has in, you should be able to piggyback.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him now. You'll always
And
find me house lobby somehow.
yes, yes. Had to
As
say,
soon as
So
it
was Kim
exists.
going to join, or is there a problem on that end?
It's not usually a
Are you
problem,
able
but
to
I thought he was
join
making us
my
all
lobby,
stay
Kim?
out. So I'm almost there on my own.
Hades saying VR spaceman
Okay,
need help
so
to connect,
Looks like
guys.
it.
Thank you, Hades H. I'm glad you're still watching the stream. So, guys, really appreciate your support. I know it's always, as I mentioned, it's not the season for podcast, so shock and playing video games stuff like this. So everyone who join us and decide to spend their morning or afternoon watching us live really means the world. And people who subscribed or people who joined as members for the channel, again, you guys help me to get coffee once per month, so really appreciate it. No, really thank you guys all for all your support. Don't forget to check Voldrang Twitter account. I have it in the chat, and also it may guide you to his latest creations on Twitter. Also, don't forget to check Max and Kim. Kim have a YouTube channel, very interesting one, and Head and Max. You'll find also in the description the links to the Chimera Corp community. So it's a very friendly community, and Kim also, what's going on with the Chimera Corp right now. Anything interesting? There is a new event by the Index, correct? New building event, inspired by the new game.
Quite possibly. I saw that Neurosi posted her most recent build, and
Oh, I
it's
haven't seen
beautiful.
that.
It's a masted ship, and she used the Wonder projectors throughout the build. And it's just
Ooh.
just
Okay.
fantastic. I was like, no, she puts her heart and soul into it, right? It just
I
shows
love
her.
her
Yeah,
builds,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, well, it's it's the time served thing, right? It's but as far as the greater index, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of took a step away from the whole politics and planning of things, just in general, and it's it's sort of been a nice break, and everyone still is able to build, and of course we still keep. If anyone's communicating and wants to discuss it, I'm always available, and I'm in VC almost every single night in Chimera, so it's people know where to find me.
Oh,
Just
the big banana is
Is
loading.
the
I've always
on
done great
top?
things.
Is the
But this
banana on
banana's great.
top of this archive?
Yeah, and it's loading.
Correct. Yeah.
Is there a way to get up there from the bottom?
you can
No,
fly
but
your ship
there is a
up
landing
there
bed.
and park your ship.
There's a landing up there? Okay.
There are landing pads up here.
There are
This is
4
fun.
landing pads.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Gotta love the old speckle of that legacy metal. There, I just sometimes it's just unequaled in its bips and bobs.
I think it's not loading probably
Just a
for
quick-
me.
Oh, this is fun. This mirrored, oversized pill as the tip of the nana.
It's not loading probably for me yet. For some reason.
Just gotta go touch a base computer. Where is it?
Where is
Let me
it?
find it.
No.
I'm just looking
And
for
it's
it. It might be nearby.
and it's offline also.
Oh, I see it. I think it's inside. It's just around the corner.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just
starting to load
it's
more.
inside the nana. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, this is fun.
There's a ramp in the back.
Ooh.
There's a garage door
Oh.
that opens.
Look at this.
Oh. Oh,
Nifty.
I'm up there now too.
Ah,
Yay!
you got some nip going. Oh, look at
That's
this. Got a little
beautiful.
cuboid, glass cuboid skyloft. Nifty.
I'm actually
Oh
inside
yeah, I
the
saw
banana.
that
Just note-
before.
Quick note on this base. I actually had to change the location of this base just this last week because some jackass built a vote for Trump base really close to the other colossal archive. There's one about 2,000 units from here.
That you
What
can't
in the
even write
world?
that shit, right? That's like
This used to sit at the top
oh my
of
god.
of that colossal archive, and you know, I like that people are visiting these bases, but there are some people who are malicious, or for whatever reason, you know, they basically try and ruin things for everybody else.
Yeah, there are too many kids, unfortunately, playing the game. I think the game
Or
loaded now.
adults.
Let's take a
Well,
look.
Yes,
here's the other thing. I discovered this system, but foolishly, I did not discover all the planets and name
Oh,
them like
no.
I should have. And so I assume it's the same party who built the base in question, gave some very questionable names to at least 3 of the planets.
Oh, now I gotta go check what they are.
And they have been uploaded to the Discovery server. So the only way to disable that is to basically report the name.
Yeah.
You can always
Oh, yeah.
just copy the JSON, move it somewhere else, and just
all over the
never
place.
share the glyphs ever again. Like maybe the banana can be just your special banana.
I prefer to keep politics out of my gaming.
Yeah, for true.
As we should. You got the Verdant Rocket Man. I like that. That's looking good. That helmet is pretty dope.
I am in the biggest banana in the game, guys.
Me too.
I need to get the Donkey Kong character.
Definitely one of the most anatomically correct bananas I've seen in this game.
Well, let me differ with you on that, because it is not anatomically correct. It looks like it is, but bananas have a pentagonal shape. There's actually 5 sides to a banana.
That's true.
This
You gave
thing
a
has
couple
10
extra,
sides.
right?
It's a curved cylinder that tapers at both ends. That's all it is.
An imperfectly perfect fruit, right?
Look at the curves.
Notched down.
So that remind me, Voldrang, right? Because I was speaking about Donkey Kong. You played Nintendo games before? Fan of any Nintendo games when you were young?
I skew a little bit too old to be involved at all with the Nintendo games. They weren't part of my childhood or formative years, or even
me
the teen
neither.
years. So you know, the first computer games I played were like on Pong was my first computer game, and my uncle had an Atari system.
Atari, like me.
Yeah, it would save
And
the Atari and televisions and that sort of generation.
See,
That's 10
Commodore
years back.
64. I think my first computer was an Atari 1040 ST, and that was the second generation of machines that Atari produced, desktop machines. And the first space exploration game that I played was on that machine, and it was a game that was originally developed for the Apple II, and the name of the game was Sundog Frozen Legacy. But it had most of the aspects of No Man's Sky. It has discovery, trading, ship-to-ship fighting with pirates, all sorts of things like that. But the graphics were very primitive.
Of course.
You
Guys.
gotta come check the bathroom in here.
Yeah, no, wait.
Yeah,
I see Delta 1 joined the space, ship crew. Delta 1, thank you, man. Guys, give Delta 1 some love in the chat. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for being a member and supporting the channel. Love you, man. Love you. No, I think my first was also an Atari, correct? But yeah, this game is interesting. I'm gonna go and look it up. The interesting thing is that
wow. Kim, the toilet paper and the toilet, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Miha, you gotta come in the apartment.
God damn.
Where?
This is awesome. You gotta come
I'm still enjoying this. I have the feeling I'm actually liking the slide around this banana. It's very Very cool.
Is
And
it
in general, I
thumbnails?
love bananas.
Okay, that's how you do it.
I really
And the
like it.
ketchup and the mustard and the salt and the
Cylinder.
pepper. I love that too.
All right, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Who doesn't like a banana?
I think its shapes is perfect. It's like extremely perfectly created and with a yellow background with the sun, how it's positioned.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Very,
You
very
look
cool.
nice.
This side you'll see
You're
also
in the
the
kitchen with the
Yeah,
pop
on the
up, the,
stove.
the octagonal,
Yes,
with
that's
the
what
light
I'm looking
table.
at too.
That is excellent. I love that. I'm
Coming.
And the
gonna try to
bubble
make one of
cluster,
those.
the
Those
miniaturized
three-sided
bubble
parts.
cluster
Yeah,
with steam
perfect.
coming
Yeah,
up,
that's right in the
Oh,
center of the light table too. Now it's meshed just below grade level into the octagonal table as well, so you can no longer
this is so
distinguish
cool.
it from the other parts.
Yes,
Just they're the same part. And this oven door too. The garage, yes. That's great.
You guys are
That's
raising
got,
my
like,
curiosity. Coming in
bottle.
a
I love me a
minute.
good table. I'm a table
Table
guy.
here.
I can tell you, I got tables for days at some bases. Loving this table.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go in and
very
see
nice.
this kitchen. But I wanted to say the positioning of this banana and how it looked like with the rings in the background. And also
Oh yeah,
there is specific unique thing here is you will see the sun also. I'm not sure this was a coincidence, but all these yellowish, correct, are very interesting and lovely. I saw the sun actually coming directly from under the banana. All right. No, I was speaking about some of the games. I think in the past, in the very early generations of gaming, correct, even from Atari, they were mainly focusing on having fun games, some enjoyable times. There was no graphics, but I remember having tons and tons of fun in these games. While some of the new games is more, yeah, the graphics are much better and stuff like that, but the fun is, somehow reduced. I think, people are losing a little bit with the technologies. They are losing some of the original concepts about video games. That the first important thing is they need to be fun and interesting, even if the graphics is not that, that good.
Love these crystals.
Yeah. So how can I go and see the kitchen? Is up here? Oh, wow. Look at this. What do you guys think? When was the game better, in the past or now?
It's a little bit of both. I'd say being able to
Oh.
play interactively with other people has changed, of course. Like from the arcade days, like I remember, like there were some arcades that were still open, when I was a kid, and they were awesome. Like they, of course, are non-existent now, but that's for, or even like internet cafes when like LAN networks were first being set up, and I'd say like there was like a lot of like more adventurous outings in terms of like you had to still kind of venture outside to enjoy technology in a group, whereas technology is kind of focused more on you being a consumer from your house and like the converting us into shopping channels, like amoebas that don't have to move and can just absorb all things through. I found there was a lot more enjoyment with actually having to exit your for certain things. And the same goes with but I love the online world, and of course Discord and everything has made that cross-compatible community thing is great. Like, hey, wouldn't I don't know. It's a hard question, Mia. So I'm answering it terribly. That's my plan.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling with it. It's a hard answer because like I used to play games all by myself for most of my life. It's No Man's Sky changed that entirely and like opened it up to like thousands and tens of thousands of people all at once now. It's it gets overwhelming sometimes, and it's it wouldn't change it for the world, right?
Yes, I like this story. It's very creative. I see I am Nemo in the chat. Oh, I haven't seen you, man, for so long. He say, I just popped in and this is what I see. Fucking dope. I love it. By the way, hi everyone. Delta Creator is saying,
Hey, Nemo.
can we unpeel this banana? Actually, I was telling, Voldrang before the show started that I have been trying for almost 1 year to balance between eating and not eating because people make, some cool stuff in here and make me hungry. But if I eat too much, I'll feel sick if I go too long. And I prefer to eat some fruits. But one of my favorite fruits is actually a banana. But I was out of fruits, so I just ended eating almonds. But it will be cool. They allow us to actually eat because there is a mechanism in VR when you can actually hold the food and you can actually eat it and you feel you are eating. But they don't have this in No Man's Sky. But hopefully in the new games they will do this. Look at this one and like cooking here equipment and the cooker with all of the buttons and the level of details and even it's hot. But you see, this is a
Great.
huge
I love
amount.
this one little detail so far is just like I am just yum tasty. I don't know, just some of the tiny little potteries and crockeries that just get me going wild.
Voldrang, how did
The
you
taps,
do
too.
the toilet seat? Is it just the lab lamp flipped up, or is there something else on top of it?
Well, what you're seeing on top of it is the underside of the robot. I can't remember the name of the part. If you come out of the apartment and you look underneath, you'll see.
Yes. Okay.
Ah, got it.
I knew the underside of the lab lamp didn't look like
Yeah.
that. Wait a minute, what's he done?
You even got
robotic.
the flush handle, man. Like that perfect shape on that flush handle. Like, even, like, God damn, like that's the attention to detail is.
Stuck
I've,
Yeah.
in here.
I've made a lot of toilets in this game, and some of them I've put the teleport module in the toilet bowl,
Mhm.
and I don't think we're going to visit any of those bases today. But my first really big, ambitious build was a giant toilet. Unfortunately,
Really? That's funny.
I've deleted it, but I have it backed up. I'm gonna bring it back at some point, but I had another instance where a player built too close to my base. I don't know how they managed to get as close as they did, but a lot of times it just boils down to maybe they loaded the game and planted a base before my base loaded. I don't know.
There is always that possibility. I'll give them that benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Like there's seemingly malicious
That's very
behavior,
sweet
or
of
they're
you,
just like
Voldrang.
shooting off
Yeah,
like
very
buckshot
sweet.
at me from across the lawn. I'd be like, well, okay.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. When you speak
The
about
word
giant
you
toilet, I was actually reading this, watching this Rick and Morty. There is a big episode there when he created like a big toilet in a very beautiful place. So every time he want to go to the toilet, he will teleport to another planet, and that would be a cool idea, correct? In VR, watching a
Yeah,
big
one of the,
massive toilet and then sit there, watch. Rick always watches a sunset when he want to go and do his stuff because it's Rick.
Hey,
Yeah.
if I had $1 for every time somebody made a Rick and Morty joke about one of my toilet bases, I
You'll
might
be
have
rich.
$100.
That's
I'll have
this
to,
is the first time, correct? That's the cool thing is this is the first time I think I ever mentioned Rick and Morty for almost 1 year of doing a weekly show. So there is something about you, man. It's not about me. I'm
all
telling you
lines,
that.
That's funny. One of our other admin, Mad Hat, made a Toiletron robot or mech toilet for the Index. Did like a build your own mech thing last March, I think it was. That's when Neurosi and T-Bags did their Titan build, and there's a couple. It was a fun time. But yeah, he did this
I have a
mech
build
toilet
on that planet.
Yes, you do. It's good times. So 2023 was a busy year for builds. It was like every month was boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's one of those moments I can tell you I'm seeing a frigate fly by that you can't see.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at the frigates coming by the banana here. Wow, what a sight!
Wait,
to
you can
behold.
see that? You can see that over there.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Are you seeing a Discovery frigate right now?
Yes, a big Discovery
ring.
fighter just going through the big
What?
banana, and there is another one
Oh,
down
it's going
here.
through the banana. Okay. So wait, we're
No,
seeing
no, no, no,
two
not
different
through. It's
distances.
very close to the banana.
Are you seeing that off in the distance there?
Yeah, yeah.
We're seeing that same ship right now. I just have to confirm.
Where
this,
is the
'cause this has been-
where is the other one? There is another.
it's over near the bay, or that like drop like lake down there.
Okay,
Wow,
let's see if I
okay,
can get
I
this
gotta
one this
confirm
time.
that.
Oh, my jetpack is so bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I forgot I have a very bad jetpack actually.
Uh-oh.
I
I'm not
really
seeing-
want to make one of these jumps one day.
Well, Joe, did you see a frigate off in the distance there?
It was
Nope.
close.
Okay.
No, I'm not
Oh
sure.
man, I got excited there, man. I thought frigate drop-ins became cross instance from some kind of update, and I just would have lost my biscuits because usually when people see them, other people can't see them. So you got me all you got me freaking out there.
Yeah, just calm it on
It's
down.
like when they fixed the pets in the anomaly, so the anomaly pets don't like jank out anymore, and that was the biggest quality of life improvement I saw recently. I think it was with 4.5, but this 4.5.1 was the recent patch. So waiting on 2, baby. It's gonna come. We'll see.
I really like
Okay,
this
I think
banana.
we've,
It's very close now with the sunset coming, and
Perfect
just
timing.
yeah,
Next
it's
base. Let's go.
just position. Okay, let's just see where is the sun. I want to see when sun is
I'm
setting.
seeing it way over there.
Yeah, I see it. Look at this view here. Lovely, lovely. I think I really admire
Over
the
Titanic feel
the
right now.
different slides. You know how it's positioned, like how many sides here. Again, that was just you wanted to make a giant banana, or again what is like the inspiration behind this Voldrang, and then we're gonna go maybe to the next one.
Well, the inspiration was a bowl of fruit.
I mean, there it is.
I just happened to choose the banana. Okay, so on some level, yes, a little part of me wanted to have bragging rights. I have the largest banana in the game.
Okay. I'm gonna try and do a jump from here in the Minotaur. Let's see.
Okay.
Boom! Fantastic. All right. Tick, 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 tick.
I see you up there.
The Minotaur is so cool in VR. Really, really cool. It's very powerful, actually. It improves the graphics and everything. You feel, this one very popular cartoon in the past, correct? Like, how do you call it? Messenger? I don't know the English word for it. You actually have these big guys that have light waves coming out of chests. So this really reminds me of this when you go through the Minotaur in No Man's Sky. They also improved the clarity inside here, the whole cockpit with all of these gauges. Some of them are real gauges like temperature, current location, and stuff like this. All right, so we go to the next phase. Last time to relog multiplayer.
Indeed.
Kim? What do you think about this build?
Oh, it was fun. I had fun coming here, and I loved the apartment in the middle with all the little details and stuff. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the positioning was perfect too, because like the planet, like you were talking about, really like made the yellow look right, and he thought it all out, the whole thing before plunking it down there. So yeah, that was really neat. Which one are we going to see next?
Yeah, we will see. Let me know, Voldrang, when you are there. There is 2 more. Delton is saying I would immediately get vertigo and fall down in real life. Head is saying
Yeah, you and me both, girl. I'm tall, but I don't like heights. Neither we don't get along.
banana ship. What a banana! Yeah, it's one hell of banana, to be honest. Okay, so I reserve Voldrang.
I'm at the base,
Potassium,
but I'm
like,
going to have to
potassium.
reload.
Okay.
I'm going to adjust the network settings. Oh, good grief!
I see you. I'm coming.
This one might be this might be a challenge in VR
Too many base parts?
because, well, it's not that. It's the physics of the actual planet. The
Is it the
Crackhaus
collision one?
exists.
Yeah.
It exists where two conjoined planets meet. It's in the very crack between two worlds.
Yeah.
And the up isn't up and down isn't down. Everything's at a 30-degree angle.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's very exciting.
Yeah,
I'm
this
so
is gonna be
excited to see
awesome.
this.
We did one of these before.
Good times.
So cool, so cool.
I'm gonna land my ship on the ground
Right in the crack.
Ooh, I'm still at banana. That's weird.
so that there's two parking spaces.
I'm just gonna go to the anomaly. That's fine.
So this
Oh,
this base,
I think I can't join you. I go
Just
back.
just go to the anomaly, and you can. We'll just
No,
we'll work
this
calibration.
this save is very new. There is no anomaly yet because all the other saves can't work. Max, can you like log out
Yeah,
because when I join?
I'll get the site.
Yeah.
I'll get the site, and then you can tether to me. Yeah.
Yes, because when I join your save, not Voldrang save. So
there's a bug currently in the game. I've noticed
for
where
multiplayer.
when I try and use the teleporter, instead of teleporting me right next to the teleportation module, what it does is it puts me underneath.
Oh yeah,
module,
it'll
and a
drop
lot
you
of
through the floor. Yep.
It drops me through the floor, and that's what happened here. I ended up outside, so I had to call my ship, get in my ship, and then fly to the landing pad and land on the landing pad. I have another build that I considered for this show, but I had to nix that idea because consistently I materialize under the floor in a space that I can't get out of unless I start taking my base apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Max, can you log out for a second? Because when I join, I can't join Voldrang save. I join your save. So you have to log.
Okay, so you're getting the same issue I was getting
Yes.
on the reverse.
Yes,
yeah, let
yes.
me just get the site, and then I will. I'll let you piggyback to. Can you piggyback to me, or are you not able to join me?
I joined you, but it took me to the banana base.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then you said you can't. That lack of anomaly issue is gonna kill you.
Is there something I can do on my end?
No, I see you. I'm just gonna get there and then save and then quit and then I'll let him join.
Hell saying, I need to find myself one of these two planets crashing. I have actually had a very interesting episode before with NRS server. There was a bridge when I tried to cross to the other side, but this looks like it's slightly different. So we're gonna see how it will go. Oh,
Yeah,
wow! This is right. Whoa. Okay. There you go, Mia. You were able to join us. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to one of these in a while. Are we getting into the danger zone now? Bring your Tom Cruise glasses.
Let's see. I think I'm still gonna be in the banana base.
Dude, this is nuts. What?
Guys, keep in mind that no one can see what you are saying. You're getting everyone excited.
We're trying to
Let's go.
Planet for at least once, but man, this is like the color contrast.
This environment.
Wow, that's just crazy. I just switched to the other planet.
Is incredible because the physics from one planet is bleeding into the other.
You can blend in between them, like wow.
What are the two environments like? Can you describe it? Because we don't have visual yet.
Max,
one is very hostile.
I need you to relog my friend so I can join Voldrang because I still have your save on the top. So when I join, I am only in the banana build. So
okay, let me just touch this base computer and then I shall Reload here.
So one of the planets, it's not bad, but the one that this is actually built on is extremely hostile, and the Sentinels are extremely aggressive.
Okay, but let me just be sure that I have disabled my difficulty levels.
We're on
Where?
Galley, which has superheated rain.
Only from inside the game. Okay. I'm still, Max, I'm still waiting, man. I still see you in the... With Voldrang.
I can try now.
Okay. Maybe, Voldrang, you may have to relog yourself. No. We are good
Okay, just
now.
let me
Wait,
know.
wait. Don't do it. Let's try
I
now.
won't.
Not sure. I mean, multiplayer is a huge amount of chaos. Imagine connect PlayStation, PC, and Xbox.
I've
Oh,
noticed a lot of instance fracturing when joining, when people like cross join or like are joined from instance to instance. I'm noticing people getting a lot of shuffling to their own pocket instance, which did happen from time to time. It just wasn't as consistent as it is now. It seems like it's very like a dependable
Just say
issue.
the
It started
word.
happening consistently.
And I can reinitiate.
yeah. I think it's better if you relog. I'm still. I think I'm stuck.
Okay,
I will restart the whole game.
Yeah, because it's saving your last position, right? So
Yeah.
it's pinpointing that one place as
NSA, I have got one of these.
you might be at
yeah.
the banana forever.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. And I remember when we done the silver industry special, it was so cool. Okay, so let's see if I can join it this time.
I've reloaded it, and I am now adjusting networking.
Okay.
All right.
I'm definitely gonna go and try to get the anomaly unlocked on this save so that we don't spend 10-15 minutes switching.
It's all good.
But I don't know why,
Yeah,
you
work
know.
calibration is your key for sure.
Yeah, no, the problem is that, you know, all of my saves, when I try to play multiplayer lately, only certain one only can work in multiplayer. And I had to create it only like after the Omega update, and
Yeah,
so
you have to boot up all your saves after an update to initialize it through all of your sort of because otherwise your save will just be like update required. Like
oh really?
you try to join somebody who's on point
you just
one
have to
for 5.1 or 5.2, you'll have issues.
So if I just log in one time in one of these saves normally, then it will work fine.
It should like initialize the new content, and then now that save can join other people. Correct.
Oh really? Okay, let me use the show
Yeah.
save then. If I knew this, I could have
If
saved you guys
If you have a
almost.
bunch of saves, you gotta, you know, you'd have to do it 15
Yeah.
times if you had 15 saves.
Builders
but-
find this stuff out the hard way.
Well, yeah, I got some definitely like old Expo saves that, you know, been collecting dust since they were concluded, just waiting for the day to be converted to a build save or something. But yeah, they like, I have a feeling some of those would be have a pretty rough boot up. You're like, hello, 7 Expo. Oh, it's okay, I'm ready. It's like all information at once. Download.
Okay, I'm saving
Download
here.
days is sad.
Wow, I can't remember this. I think, what planet was that? Wow. Okay, I'm initiating the save now and getting out, and then I'm gonna relog. Okay.
That should get your stuff back to.
Yeah, hopefully.
It should. That's for. I had to do that with another save too, so I could join.
Damn.
I think
nice.
today, because
But
my
I-
other one is locked in that can't save bug. So I'm
But
just waiting on the.
I can see Voldrang.
That's all good.
Voldrang, any tricks you had with the
I'm here.
network?
Let me try this one more time.
Okay. Delta create one is saying, why don't you just turn this into a full creative with blueprints and everything unlocked right now? Oh, I can do that. I didn't use that. It's full creative, but I just don't have the anomaly. That's the problem. I think I need to do the first mission to do the anomaly.
Yeah, like you have to warp once to be able to kill it.
And sorry for these technical issues, guys, but at least we have a hope. I can now actually go and travel there, but the chances are, for our bad luck, is that we will never actually see the base spawning. Maybe what should I use? Should I go and travel? What do you guys think? Enter the glyphs. Enter the glyphs in VR is very painful.
Can you just
Try it again because I
log
just
in?
reinitialized multiplayer.
You done it? You initialize it, invitation, open everything?
Yep.
Okay, I still can't see you.
I'd be surprised. That's odd.
Yeah, I still can't see you.
No man's sky. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
Until it does, eventually. Maybe.
Well, we can try
Or
the other
something.
base.
Yeah, let's do that, and then maybe try this one again later.
Yeah, we'll see if once we get a lobby stable, we can move on from there. Campfires this way.
So what? Sorry, what we are gonna do? What you are gonna try?
Oh, I'm not
Voldrang's
sure.
gonna go to the next base, and we're gonna try and see if that one's working.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Goldfish,
Okay.
goldfishitis there. What were we doing again? Oh, yes. What we just discussed. Seconds.
They are both of the same
You mean
save,
it
correct?
ago.
No.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
they're all different.
Sky.
It's a different save.
Oh no! I really wanted to see
As
the
is
There-
upside
about
world.
That's fine. We'll get you there. You know, I visited one of those worlds one time, and I got saved in a death loop. To a point where I was being moved from one atmosphere to the water zone. Which, if you're ever got trapped in the water zone between planets, you're basically fucked unless you can find a way out of it. So what I had to do is I summoned my freighter above me. I transferred all of my possessions out of my body, and I just waited till myself just died in the void. And then loaded somewhere on a planet, and then was able to then fly back and get all my shit. And it was wild. Yeah, I almost lost myself between a planetary splice. It was my own damn fault. I was too curious. I just leaped out. I was like, I wonder what this button does. Just jumped into the void. I was just like, oh no, this is a terrible decision. And I remember there was people in VC. I remember be like, where are you? I'm just like, I'm trapped between planets.
I finally
So
find
angry.
Voldrang, but I cannot join the
Perfect.
lobby. But at
Oh
least
my
I see
goodness.
it.
Pestilence, disgust.
Maybe I've been here
Oh.
for the lobby for so long. The
Yeah,
game
it
was.
was working pretty well for most of the show. So that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
The
Let's
first
see.
20
Yeah,
minutes was like,
Earth
technical
dude, with no
difficulty.
problem.
Stand by. Stand by. Start crying.
Go. Just go through the lobby. Lobby. Connecting.
Oh, you're getting the little connection bubbles. Okay.
Yeah.
I see you guys together in the lobby now.
Almost there. Ah.
Almost there. So we're doing a tunnel run. Stay on target.
Actually, we
target.
need to try to think.
behind.
Very few games have
Bandwidth failure. I see you now.
these cross platforms, multiplayers, including VR. But usually it works. Maybe. Damn
Yes,
it.
yeah, I see you connected.
Max, you joined. Man.
Yeah, because I can join, but you can't for some reason.
Yeah.
I was able to piggyback through your existence to Voldrang.
But wait,
So here,
it's
I'm just
showing
putting it back
that
out again.
it's showing that it's still Voldrang save. So hopefully if I join now, it will work.
Okay, you go first. You go
Yeah.
first.
No,
and
no,
then
no.
I'll
It's okay.
drink.
It's okay.
See if that
I
works.
think it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Because I can use the anomaly. It's okay.
Let's hope it's gonna work this time.
Only
So
you can
I
prevent
think
Robbie's blizzard.
Delta One, there is an option to actually cut some of the content. Yep, it worked. I hope so. This is a different planet. Yes.
Yeah, I appeared in the sky.
Voldrang,
We're all together.
doomed. We made it. Delta One is saying
science.
almost there.
Almost there.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's March 2024. Wow.
I can't
Going
either.
quick,
Where did
right?
February go?
Wow. March
3 down, 9 to
2024.
go, baby. Get them Christmas presents. Purchase. No, listen to me.
People
Mariah
just try to
talking.
talk about Christmas in March.
So I can join you through the anomaly now if you need to go anywhere else because this is my show
Christmas
save.
in March. Yeah. Sounds like the movie industry. Let's go film Christmas in June, in Maine, and pretend it's New York, in Toronto.
Bring in
For
Thanksgiving.
$20.
Oh, it's an infested
Yeah,
planet.
I've put that stuff down. It's fun. It's made of
Oh,
cotton.
there is-
and then
there
you
is-
kind of paint, you like window paint and like spray
A
paint
worm?
stuff, like frosted edges.
Oh, a worm.
Good
I
times.
haven't seen a worm in so time.
Every time you land, one visits.
Yeah,
Gives you the old
and it vibrates the
worm high
headset
five.
all the time, and it's really really cool.
Oh, look at that!
Oh
The
my
airship.
god!
See, you smack its belly.
That's amazing.
So it's like when the plane flies above you, its belly smacking close, right? You have to be able
Wow.
to oh, look at this! Oh wow, it's tiny,
Okay,
dude.
I'm hoping the base will start to spawn.
I remember when you first posted a picture of this, and I just visualized it as being this monstrosity. And look at this; it's like I could pick it up with my hands and hug it. It's adorable.
I'm gonna touch the base
That
computer.
is so cool.
It is so interesting
It's
that
nearly 1-to-1 scale.
That is really nifty.
with the new Dune movie coming soon, anyone gonna interest to watch this?
It just came out this weekend, and I couldn't see it soon enough. I'm just trying to coordinate it with my dad to kind of get him out of the
I
cave.
saw it
and-
last night.
Oh, you bastard! Was it fabulous? Was it everything I'm hoping it's going to be?
It was worth waiting for.
Excellent.
All right, awesome.
That's all I gotta hear. It's just so ready.
So I only see one piece of the base. I hope it's gonna spawn.
I see you down there.
I see you, but I don't see the base.
Oh, you're in different colors.
Yeah, that's the show character. I can
You
now
still have the
use it.
same helmet though, so it's like you, but just like a different suit, basically.
Yeah.
Got me on my Tuesday suit day because today is Tuesday.
Yeah, I can't remember which movie is this where someone will actually wear a different suit every day depending on his mood. Oh no, that was me when I was gonna play No Man's Sky, correct? If I'm gonna go exploration, I actually wear a specific custom, a specific ship, and going compact again, specific custom, a specific ship, specific custom.
Do you have a spreadsheet for this?
I'm
Maybe?
always just lizard guy.
I think
flip it and lick it and.
Yeah, I think I may need to reload or clean my cache because again it's
You can't
not
see the
spawned.
airship. It's over here.
Ah,
Just a little guy. Just a little baby. Little baby beauty.
oh, it's flying.
Oh, you can get inside. Yeah, there you go. It's over here.
So what was the name? There is a story behind the name, correct? Oh, look at that.
This is so cute.
Yeah, it's.
I can
great.
get it now inside. Can I
Oh,
make
you
it
can get
inside?
inside now.
Oh, I need to open.
Okay, Voldrang, talk to us.
Oh,
Well, Tad Zarkov is the scientist from the old Flash Gordon comic strip, and in the 1930s they did a serial, black and white Flash Gordon, starring Buster Crabbe, who was an Olympic swimmer, who later, played. I think he played both Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers at some point. But this is based on the Han Zarkov rocket ship.
Mm.
You really caught the vibe of the whole thing. I just love it.
It is so
And
cool.
believe it or not, the hardest thing to figure out was the Zorgate circuit, so that I could have a switch on the outside and on the inside to open and close the door. And there are two
Right.
doors.
Like a proper actual airplane.
So cool. So talk to me about how you did the front part, the cone.
Well, I just defined a curve, and then I stood it vertically in Blender, and then I rotated that curve along a central axis to get a dome shape.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what? Let's see. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Look
Now
at
he's looking at it, I can see.
these interconnected circles around here. Yeah, so I actually remember now because I think I came before the show. So Andy, correct, from the Katynian Empire,
Yeah.
is saying that you inspired him actually to start doing building based on your circle techniques or something like that. Was that correct, Kim?
He said you had made some like spherical presets, and he loves to use
Yeah,
those.
there's a number of primitives that I've made as presets. I've done some tetrahedrons, four-sided pyramids, and I made a number of spheres. And these are to be used as starting points for a base. And you can use the sphere is very versatile. You can use half of it as a dome, or even not even half of it as a dome, or you can use the whole thing. But has a lot of uses.
My crew
But
is
I think
here.
I've made, yeah, except for the cube, I think I've made all of the Archimedean solids, or is it Platonic solids? That's what it is. I've done a dodecahedron and an icosahedron,
Really?
and there are several others. Yeah,
Awesome. I love
Nice.
that.
and they're available as presets.
Look
Sweet.
at
That is
the
so cool of
different
you to do that.
wall combination here. There is just a lot of different level of details, huge amount of work. Look how these things are connected, like it's actually manually completely built by a company.
Yeah, it looks like
Mhm.
riveted or something like with
Yeah, see,
joists
it's
and all
here.
that.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
So
all
like
of
cool.
these.
it looks like span rivets. They almost like they were like punched in on both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah.
Able to, just like clamped. It's just like
Very
they almost
natural.
look like staples or sutures too at the same.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. That's
And,
like a
and, and
metal
these
flushed balloon.
buttons here,
Just a
these
comment.
colors. Yeah, go ahead.
The
Mhm.
the wall parts used for this build, they fall into the category of super legacy. These were some of the first building parts available in the game. They're legacy pieces that were removed from the game
Ah,
at some point, but they still exist in the game code. But there are proxy objects representing these in the Blender add-on. So what Blender does is it uses proxy objects that are based on the game's own native objects, and all that Blender does through the add-on is generate positional data for the game's own native objects. So
Oh, okay.
you can't make something that isn't already in the game with Blender.
Okay.
only thing you
now
can do-
now I understand what you're saying because it seems very technical.
What you do is
Yeah.
it involves editing the save file. What you do is you substitute you put down a base computer, and then you start building, and then what you can do is you can export that into Blender, and then do the rest of the build, and then import it into the game, And what it's doing is it's sending all the positional data for native objects in the game using the game's own
Cool.
coordinate
Okay.
system.
Mhm.
And so that way you can assign rotation and any position along the XYZ axes. And of course, for the purposes of base building, the base computer is the 000 coordinate for any base. So the base computer itself is central and it's the starting point for everything.
Hmm.
There is a lot of technicality.
Uh,
How did you learn all of this technicality? I mean, about Blender and very
It could be
Like-
scientific.
like I-
like just trying to get stuff done.
well, like I said, I went on a weekend mission and I saw a base that kind of floored me. So I wanted to learn all I could about doing something similar. And I happened to find the base builder add-on for Blender. There's a repository at one of the gaming sites. I can't remember the URL, but on GitHub, Charlie Banks, who is the author of the No Man's Sky add-on, he has a repository there, and that's where I grabbed it. And also, he had links to some how-to videos. So I watched those,
Great.
and I was able to figure it out. I'm not a programmer, but I'm just technical enough to be able to understand some of this stuff. But one of the things that you have to do if you're going to build in Blender is familiarize yourself with the JSON save file that's generated by the save editor, because what building any base entails is going in the save file JSON and mucking about with the code. And if you can read JSON and understand its structure, then things become a lot easier.
Okay.
Sounds very, let's say, complicated.
It is a bit complicated, and it is it's rather involved, and that's why I think a lot of people probably even shy away from even trying it. But there are some technical
same
hurdles.
time-
Once you've made it past that, it opens up a whole new world.
Yeah. And it seems like, once you got the process down and figured out, your way through it a couple of times, it would just kind of become just a process you were used to.
You like
Well,
this.
as with anything, practice makes perfect, and if you spend enough time doing it, yeah, there are some things that become routine. But there's a lot of misconception out there about how Blender actually works with this add-on to build bases in No Man's Sky, and it's never as simple as just pressing a button and voila, you have a new base. No, you still have to build things by hand, one
Right.
piece at a time, like you do in the game. However, there are shortcuts that are supplied, and it supports things like cut and paste. I mean, if you had that in game, that would be a game changer.
Oh, wow. Yep.
And it has very precise tools for handling rotation. I can rotate a piece very accurately along an axis, and I can input how many degrees I want it to move if I want
That's
to.
amazing.
One thing that would be helpful in the game is if we could rotate a piece along an axis in increments, constrain the
Yeah.
increments to, let's say, 5 degrees, and then we could rotate things at 5, 10, 15, 30 degrees,
Yeah.
60
That would be
degrees,
amazing.
what have you.
I mean, even if we could
Right
have
now, it's
45
all-
and 90.
Yeah, right now all you have is basically whatever you can manage to do, either through glitch building or just brute force manual rotation, just eyeballing things. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of eyeballing that happens in Blender too, because a lot of the proxy objects in order to decrease the memory footprint and for other reasons, to reduce complexity and whatnot. Some of these proxy objects, which are based on the game's own construction pieces, they're simplified. They're rather primitive, and so to get accurate positioning, you kind of have to eyeball it and then go check it in the game to make sure it's where you think it's going to end up. And sometimes it's off by a little. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I do a lot of tweaking. And so yeah, there's a lot that goes into something like this. This build actually clocks in at over 2,700 pieces, and so it's about 300 more than the Lady of Seafire Rock. And most of it is here in this rocket ship. And this is probably my very first really ambitious build. This build right here is about 3 years old. It was built in March of 2021.
It's really beautiful. Really beautiful.
It represents probably working off and on for several nights a week. About 2 months worth of work.
Look at the wheels, how it's rotated, the lights in the back. There's too many. I mean,
I really love the overall style you were able to get with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and
well,
why there is a fight in here?
I had some. Yeah, I don't know why the Sentinels suddenly showed up. I didn't think this planet had Sentinels.
Sentinels are also not
probably
specific.
Probably
so planets can have them where if you don't see them, I see them. And even though I'm on a custom save,
I see the Sentinels.
Sentinels, they appeared for me.
Okay, this is your signature build, correct? You always put this one everywhere I seen so far, Voldrang, correct? You like this?
It's one of them.
Yeah. Sorry, Max, you're saying something? Okay, guys, let's try and see if we can do the last one quickly. I really want to see this, collapsed world. And if we can't make it, then we're going to wrap it up. So I'm going to... It's a different save, correct, Voldrang?
Which one?
The one we were just at that wouldn't work.
The collided
it's on
planets.
A different save.
Okay, so I'm going to try one more time. Yes.
Yeah.
And let's try and do it one more time. Yes. And then we're gonna wrap it up. This I see had to drop. See you had this the I haven't seen anyone yet through the show saying that they worked on something for 1-2 years. This is really interesting, and that's why I was really thinking, correct, there is usually when a painter or one of these popular painters in like legacy the 19,000 18,000 centuries, they take years, 1-2 years doing their art, and I think this is one of the things that's really interesting about you, Voldrang, is that you really create, you really spend a lot of time, in attentions and details and fine-tuning, and that's why your art is simply stunning. It's really stunning.
Truly.
Well, at any given time, I've probably got about 3 or 4 different bases that I'm working on. A lot of times I get stuck, and I have to figure out how to do something because I haven't ever done it before. And so what I do is if I get stuck, I just move on to something else. And somewhere in the back of my mind, a solution to the problem is percolating, and eventually I'll have an idea, and so then I'll go back to the previous build, and I'll keep working on that. And if I hit another wall, I'll move on to something else. And so I've always had several bases that I'm working on all the time.
Oh,
that makes sense. That's a good. Yeah, I've heard a couple of people say they kind of roll like that. Just have and that's a great idea. Like when you get stuck, just go build something else for a minute, kind of clear that out, and then your brain can do all kind of stuff in the background for you.
Let's
okay,
are you in?
I'm at the other base.
Okay, open the multiplayers and stuff, and maybe a couple of relogs, and let's see if I can join you. But what I was trying to say is I think there is 2 main things, correct? Some builders, correct, they like to just start one base, finish it as fast as they can, and then they feel this relieved that they are done. But some people really take their time, and they mix and match multiple bases, and it's both of these schools in building in No Man's Sky are very popular. But I believe that uh, you know taking your time and fine tuning will always come with a unique perspective, because you actually, let's say, you think you are done, but you're still looking for something else, and then when you go back, you come with fresh ideas. It's like when we're making videos sometimes also. I finish the video, I think I finished the whole thing, but then I don't publish it, I leave it for one day, I come back, and then I come with a lot of other ideas about how I can add stuff to it. So I think, but both of them are cool, both of them are interesting, but it's still like a journey. I mean, how does it feel, correct? When do you feel that yes, I am done now? I have this. I,
I'm never satisfied with the majority of what I build. Like you mentioned, I like to sleep on any build. If I feel it's done, it's finished, I'll sleep on it. I'll give it a day or two, and then I'll come back to it and see if I feel any differently actually uploading it. And so I'm patient. If I feel something is done, I won't immediately upload it. I won't. I'll wait till I feel like I am done. But there are some bases where, because of my perfectionism, I just have to apply the rule of Gelmo, which is good enough. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I love
so
this quote.
I've learned to be satisfied with something that's almost there, but a lot of my bases, I'll pronounce them finished, and then maybe a month down the line, I'll think of something. Oh man, why didn't I do that? And I will go back and I will make changes. So there are some things that have never seen the light of day that I've been working on for a year or two,
wow.
and some of those are things that I I didn't feel I was ready to build yet, or I didn't feel I was good enough, that I'd learned enough to know how to do it right. And so I put, I table those, but eventually I come back to them, and then when I feel it's ready, then I will upload it. And then, I'm kind of lazy by nature, especially in the self promotion department. Um, I might promote it a little bit, but um, one thing that I've learned, and not to introduce a note of negativity, and that is, yeah, some people have celebrated these builds of mine, but I've also been reviled by certain members of the community, and for a while there, I had a stalker that was following me from one forum to another, trying to shout me down,
Oh
and
my
he
God.
called me a charlatan and a fake.
Oh,
Everything
you're
I built
kidding.
was a fake base. And of course, I've
Oh,
had people tell me, well, I'm not a legit builder because I don't build in game. Well, I do build in game, but I also happen to use Blender. And I
Yeah.
make no
well, and
secret of
you've always
that.
been straight up about that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but
not alone in that
there are people
behavior
who
as well.
they want to fault me for not always putting a disclaimer. And I give players more credit than that. I think any player, even a new player, can figure out pretty quickly, yeah, that's really not possible using the game's build menu. Um, there's a lot of things, and I try to do impossible things, frankly. There's a lot of things that I've done that at first for me were completely impossible. I had to put in the time and the work to figure out how to do it.
That
That first base we went to is the example of that. It's the culmination of everything that I learned in about 2,000 hours of dedicated work inside of Blender, trying to figure out how to wrangle these construction pieces and then get
hmm
that data back into No Man's Sky. And
Yeah, and that's the
it
part
was a
that people don't see, right? That's the work
Yeah,
behind
and
the scenes
people
that
just
will never
yeah, they don't
they see the
understand.
surface. They they get jealous or they get angry, or it's just like a reactionary gut
well,
thing that's like for the majority of it. But yeah, like when it's being like thrown against the wall and like, oh, like I just stopped caring about that. Like I didn't care as much to begin with about the sort of if it can be done or if it can't. It's like you said, if people can't figure that out for themselves, that's not up to you to can't tell everybody how to play the game or teach people how to play the game, right? It's like, yeah, it's a bit of a
so in the
political thing for sure.
yeah, in the end, what I decided is I'm just going to throw this stuff out there. People are going to react how they're going to react. Let them do that. It's always discouraging if there's a sour note, but in the end, I just decided, that's their problem. That's not mine.
Yeah, well, good for you. It's hard to do that, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you finally took the seat. That's good. Rest them legs a bit, right?
So I'm in
Oh,
I'm
we
in this
lost your
base
audio,
now,
Miha.
Oh yeah, we can't hear you,
and
Miha.
Sorry, I put you mute. I was saying I gave up trying to join multiplayer. I just can't see it
It's
anymore.
all good. It's
Yeah,
been 2
yeah.
hours. We had a good time. It's always a
Yeah,
good time,
yeah, but
regardless
Voldrang, this happens unfortunately on the internet all the time. I think I have maybe until now for almost 1 year. Every time I post like a show episode, there is someone immediately will go and unlike it. Correct? Immediately as soon as I create it, I don't know who. Correct? But these times these things happens on the internet for some
We'll find
reason.
them one day.
But the good thing is pretty much everyone that I talked to could really admire your build. I had huge amount of fun. I think we need to schedule another episode where we go through the collided building one. And I just actually noticed that I didn't have the lights on. So the whole episode I may be a little bit faint and stuff like that. But that was fantastic builds. I really, really, really enjoyed it. What do you guys think about today?
Oh goodness, I had a blast. I really appreciate you coming, Voldrang, because I know, like you said, you don't you don't like to put yourself out there that much. But I've really just loved your builds for a long time, and so it was really fun to hear you talk about them. And thank you for your stories. I had a great time hanging out with you.
Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate that.
I had huge
Yeah, it's
amount of
great to
impression.
put a face to name.
I'm
Seeing the builds over the years, like you said, I think I remember even seeing a screenshot of that the airship when you first posted it. That was like when I was first getting into the community. I'm like, looked at that. I'm like, I'm gonna build me one of those one day. And, getting around to it, but it's still, since 3 years have passed. So it's good to see people still flacking away. And like you said, you have lots of projects still on the go. So yeah, don't give up too soon. Keep going.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna come back, and sit in front of the Lady Fire Rock and enjoy the views there. That was such an experience in VR. Really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. I think the whole builds today was really impressive. So yeah, everyone, guys, we still have like few people in the chat. Thank you guys for stopping by. Voldrang, thank you for spending some time. You promised me another episode because I still need to see these collide rings, okay? So we'll do one more.
All right.
And Kim and Max, thank you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Always a pleasure. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye bye.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Goodbye.